Set in the near future, the film chronicles the odyssey of 30 young men and women who are sent deep into space on a mission in search of a new home. The mission descends into madness as the crew reverts to its most primal state, not knowing if the real threat they face is what's outside the ship or who they're becoming inside it. This movie is not adapted from other sources, but if you have read the Lord of the Flies novel, then you will feel familiar with this movie. The 1954 novel by British author William Golding is about a group of young boys stranded on an island and their attempt to govern themselves. This movie is basically the sci-fi version with the same themes. It's basically Lord of the Flies in space, minus the wisdom or understanding of William Golding's novel, replaced by silliness and a cast that is not up to the task of its storytelling. It's a missed opportunity to dramatize such an unfathomable premise as being stuck on board a ship for almost 9 decades. Most of the plotting becomes quite predictable, even if you haven't read the book. The story that the movie chooses to tell doesn't excite, and its narrative quickly gets bogged down in cliches, some terrible two-dimensional acting, and repetitious visual sim aboard the ship. The script leaves much to be desired, following a narrow path instead of exploring other avenues the story could have branched off into. The movie does nothing to draw the audience in and keep them interested, making the film seem simply boring. Some pretty stars cannot make up for the poorly disguised attempt to blatantly rip off a classic novel. Nor can it do anything about the movie's slow as a snail pacing. The movie confuses slow pacing with gravitas and whispered dialogue with profundity. There's almost no intensity, even in the most violent scenes, and the sexuality is timid. The description of the movie is more action-packed than the film, which is boring and inert. Visually, the movie misses opportunities to extend the riff. The physical appearance of the young men and women barely changes, and their clothes remain pristine. The movie miscalculates too with its preoccupation with production design. The movie has its camera shoot the same long hallways and bric-a-brac so much that the look becomes as dull as the costumes. Overall, this movie is simply not worth our time.